All hell is breaking loose as Donald Trump has ordered the United States military to begin striking bridges in Iran. Multiple bridges have now been hit, and we are learning that there have been a lot of civilian casualties. As of now, at least 7 Iranian civilians have been killed driving on these bridges that the Trump regime has been blowing up. 9 injured. This is, of course, coming from the Fars news agency, so we'll have to get more data right there. But from the images of the United States striking these bridges, I mean, it does appear that there are casualties. The U.S. is confirming, by the way, that they are striking these bridges. The United States has told the Wall Street Journal through top Trump regime officials, quote, "The U.S. struck multiple bridges in Iran on Thursday in an effort to cut off supply routes to a port city and naval base in the Strait of Hormuz that they claim Iran uses to attack ships and project power." Also, there were several attacks, not just on bridges in the area of Bandar Abbas, but also in a lot of other civilian infrastructure as well. Now, Iran is responding. Iran has been striking all of its Arab nation neighbors that are home to United States military bases. And notably, moments ago, this is a big development, Iran has at least attempted to strike the King Fahd Causeway. That is the only causeway, bridge, the sole land connection between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. Iran saying, if you attack our bridges, we attack your bridges. And Iran attempting to strike the King Fahd Causeway. Now we're seeing ambulances head to the King Fahd Causeway. So we need to get more data if there was a direct strike, but there do appear to be ambulances and fire trucks headed that way. Pull up the map first. We'll do the U.S. strikes. Then I'm going to show you Iran's response, because Iran has been hitting Bahrain powerfully and Kuwait and Qatar. Flights to Doha have now been canceled as hell is breaking loose. So the U.S. begun these major strikes on Iranian infrastructure, hitting the Bandar Kamir overpass bridge connecting Bandar Abbas to Lar, the Garaveh bridge, and a third bridge in the Hormozgan province, and a major railway station west of Bandar Abbas connecting the Shahid Rajai port, a key freight hub linking Iran's largest commercial port to the country's national rail network. The Bandar Kamir overpass was struck while cars were on it. So we know that there are multiple civilian deaths, at least 7 as of this point. And then in terms of the military targets that the Trump regime has been targeting, we believe there's a lot of casualties there as well. Here's the map of the U.S. strikes in Iran. You'll see not just the coast anymore, also some strikes deep inside of Iran. Let me show you what it looks like right here. This is that bridge that I was talking about in Bandar Abbas. You first take a look at this photo. You can see from the photo over here, just completely destroyed. You see the people there. You see how big the damage and devastation is. Now let me show you the video. There's the photo. Here's the video. Let's play it.
دوستان پل گریوه وسط ولی داده وسط کفته یه خورده وسط تریلی تانکر دوستان پل گریوه وسط ولی داده ها عدیده تریلی با بنزین پل گریوه نابود بود عدیده پل گریوه تریلی تانکر سوخت نابود بود راننده مرد و ایران بود موشکی خورده وسط پل گریوه پل گریوه یه تکه کلن اصلا نین وای 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 یه خوردن وسط پل تریلی کسی رو طرف پل گریوه نیاد طرف پل گریوه پلا ما یا بالفقط اترکی ده برک تریلی تاکر بنزین اترکی یا خدا.
Now, this is video from Iran state media Tasnim of the Bandar Abbas bridge that has just been struck and destroyed by the United States, resulting in a lot of civilian casualties. Let's play this clip.
راه دسترسی مردم بندرعباس به غرب استان هرمزگان به شهرهای خمیر، لار، بندرلنگه هم رفت و زده هم برگشت. الان حوالی ساعت.
So then Iran announced that it had launched drone strikes on military bases in Bahrain, in Qatar, in UAE, in Jordan, in all of the surrounding Arab nations where there was U.S. bases. Here is just a brief clip of what Iran's military released showing its drone launches. Let's play this clip. Now, this is what it looks like in Kuwait, where, according to initial reports, it looks like Iran struck the American ATACMS, those HIMARS, the system in Kuwait first. Let me show you this video that shows the explosion in Kuwait. Let's play it. And now let me show you this large, widespread fire indicating the large nature of this attack. Let's play it. Let me bring you to Bahrain, where Iran is striking hard in Bahrain. The first video shows what looks like to be a very significant response from air defenses in Bahrain. Barry with the NED, he's been able to aggregate this. Shout out to him. Here, let's play this first one. And here in the second video, you can hear the sirens going off in Kuwait. First one Bahrain, second Kuwait. Let's play it. Now, lots of sources from Qatar are saying that they are hearing insanely violent explosions as Qatar, through Doha, their capital, has shut down all flights. Iran making good on its threat. If you attack our infrastructure, we will attack your infrastructure. Also in Iraq, where there were successful attacks earlier by Iran in the Erbil region. And as you know, the Iraqis have shut down their refineries and their ability to send out any oil right now after these attacks by Iran. The Islamic Resistance in Iraq, an Iran-aligned militia umbrella group, has just released a statement announcing a $10 million bounty for anyone who kills Donald Trump. Let me show you what's going on in Lebanon. As I said, all hell is breaking loose in the region. Netanyahu strikes on Lebanon. I shared with you earlier residential areas being completely decimated by Netanyahu earlier in the day. And now we're getting this video in from Iran's state-owned Mer News showing the aftermath of a U.S. strike in Bandar Abbas in the Hormozgan province. Let me play this clip for you right now. Meanwhile, you have Pete Hegseth, as well as the Navy Secretary, continuing to talk about these U.S. flyovers. Hegseth says the flyovers will continue until morale improves. You have the Navy Secretary saying that, carry on, Patriots. This is exactly what we should be doing, with these low flyovers that they're doing. I guess they think this is a way to kind of divide the American people. As you know, Hegseth has been releasing videos about testosterone supplements that he wants members of our military to take so they have high T. That's what he's been talking about today. And with everything that I just showed you going on, Donald Trump's speech tonight, which I'll cover in greater detail shortly, here's what he has to say. Play this clip.
Good evening. Before we begin, I'm proud to report that our country is safer, stronger, and far wealthier than it has ever been before. We are doing great.
And here's also what he has to say. Let's play this clip.
We are likewise winning big in Iran, and you will see the fruits of that labor very, very shortly.
And then, as you know, earlier today, Caroline Levitt is back spewing these lies, spewing this hate and this venom. And here's what Caroline Levitt had to say earlier today, which I want to show you, especially in light of everything that I've just been sharing with you right now. Let's play it.
He essentially seemed fed up with these negotiations. And can you explain why the American people should think that a deal with Iran would even be worthwhile at this point, given the fact that they broke it already?
Well, look at how bad they are behaving. It just proves the president's initial point for launching Operation Epic Fury in the first place. Iran can never obtain a nuclear weapon. That's why he launched Operation Epic Fury. They have suffered devastating blows to their military and their economy as a result. The president is always open and willing to diplomacy. He is the peace through strength president after all. After Operation Epic Fury, the conclusion of it, we did move forward into a diplomatic phase, if you will. But unfortunately, Iran has since violated that. They have expressed they still want to make a deal to the president. We're talking to them. But again, the president is not going to allow them to fire on ships in the Strait without paying a consequence for that. And I think just one more point, I think throughout this entire endeavor, the president has proved not just to Iran, but to the entire world that we can hit Iran anytime, anywhere, any place. And their ability to defend themselves has been essentially wiped out because of this president and Operation Epic Fury in the first place. Sure.
Yeah, so once again, Iran is not destroyed or decimated or neutered or whatever words Caroline Levitt said. Iran has massive ballistic missile capabilities, massive Shahid drones, and Iran made it very clear, you attack our infrastructure, we will attack yours. And again, that's why we see the strike in response to the U.S. striking bridges, Iran targeting the King Fahd Causeway. And folks, that's going to just be the beginning. Iran will be striking other infrastructure as its infrastructure is targeted. And then they move up the escalatory ladder to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. I would not be shocked if prices of oil will hit $100 a barrel very, very soon, perhaps higher. And the United States has run out. We've hit tank bottom of our strategic petroleum reserves. I don't know if Donald Trump is trying to cause a global depression in order to try to shut down the elections, combined with his other fascist tactics that he's been talking about tonight. But that seems to be the conclusion of what he's trying to do here, by digging deeper into and escalating this catastrophic war. The American people don't want this. Donald Trump's a terrorist. These are war crimes taking place right here. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers.
Breaking news right now, my brothers and I wrote a book. It's called WTF America. And well, doesn't that just say it all? It comes out officially this October, but you can pre-order your copy today. Just scan the QR code or click the link in the description below.